Okay, let's get this party started. Don't mind that. Let's see. All right, so we got Birdo on here. Or should we watch? I don't know how to say his name. To be honest. All right, let's just watch Birdo.
Houston's cheek clapping problem is becoming insane. Now, this video caught my attention because if you guys don't know, I actually reside.
Before I forget, what the heck? Yeah, if you guys are not following or subscribed to Birdo right now, please go check him out on Twitch and everything too. I'm already liking this video because I love Birdo. He's a good YouTuber, good content creator. Anyway, continuing. Oh, shoot.
Here in Houston, Texas. And something that I have learned about the girls out here, bro, a lot of them are fucking burnt. I feel like a lot of girls out here are so performative and they always trying to get with this guy. It's all about their money, club every night type shit. These girls be outside like it's bad. And the way they hop from Johnson to Johnson proudly, I've genuinely had conversations with girls out here where they're talking to this and I'm just fucking him so he can buy me shit, but I'm really liking over here. And it's just like, damn, y'all ain't got
That's insane, dude. That they're literally telling other people like, oh yeah, I date this guy because he can give me whatever I want, and then in reality I'm actually messing with this guy. Like, that's just wrong. You know what I mean?
no morals. Into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, join the Twitch streams. It's Where You At, Birdo. You know where to find me. Let's get right into it.
Where you at, Birdo?
I made this shit look sweet.
Fortunately, this STD has really hit the African American community.
So I dated a DL man in Houston back in 2023. Happy Pride to him.
When we talk about big cities in America, we always talk about the big three: New York City, Los Angeles, and Chicago. People are leaving New York City because it's too dirty, California costs too much, and Chicago, all three of those cities are like nightmares for taxpayers. So people are going
much
other
today
places. Number one, they're going to the state of Florida. And number two, they're going to the state of Texas. Now, Texas is winning big time right now. A lot of the companies have relocated there and they are doing very well. And property value, don't get me wrong, it is rising, but it's still not as high as it is in California or New York City. And you get more bang for your buck when you look at how big the house is. So Texas tends to be the place.
That's why I moved here, because I'm from Miami, Florida, and how I'm living, it would have cost me my entire income to pay my rent. Texas is where it's at if you want to live good on a budget.
To be. But also in Texas, you have some options. There's San Antonio, there's Dallas, and then there's Houston.
H-Town.
Dallas and Houston is kind of where we kind of draw the line. Dallas has the bigger economy by a little bit and some opportunities.
Yeah, but Dallas has some terrible drivers, man. Dallas sucks at driving, I swear. Every time I go to Dallas, there's always that one person, or like at least 5 other people that one day, that just cannot drive, bro. It's bad.
But Houston also does too. They have a great healthcare system, great oil industry technically, and everything else is in Houston. And a lot of people are moving there for many reasons. Number one, Houston has a vibrant rap scene, a vibrant healthcare scene, a great job market. And also, like I said, if you're a black person in Houston, it gives you some opportunities. So instead of going to California, New York, or even Atlanta, you might want to go to Houston. And many people from across Black America have relocated to Houston, Texas, because of all of the reasons I just talked about. Rent's cheaper, opportunities are.
New York isn't even livable, bro. New York, you'd be paying goddamn $5,000 a month in rent for a bathroom stall, nigga. Imagine paying $5,000 a month in rent for a bathroom stall as your room.
More, and they said
not a chance I'd live in New York.
Is bigger in Texas. But there is one problem. You see, just like Atlanta, you have a lot of people in Houston who are not from there. And
What
don't
up,
get me wrong,
Ghosty?
some
Welcome
are
to the stream.
contributing to the Houston, Texas economy, and some are bringing their bad habits with them. Of course, bad habits affect people everywhere.
Hold on, let me check something real quick. Hold on. Hold on, so is it showing that? Hold on. It's like, does it cover my face if it's right here? Okay, so it doesn't. Okay, we're good.
And one of those bad habits is not wearing condoms. Huh? Yeah, not wearing condoms. Apparently, Houston, Texas turned into No Condom City Community College.
That's pretty bad. A lot of dads are going to be leaving now. Just saying.
Hell
And it's
no.
gotten so bad over the year, everybody's talking about it.
Houston, what is going on with your HIV and STD rates? Listen, I just saw this report and it said y'all have over 40,000 new
What up, Mike?
infections reported.
Hold on, guys. Hello?
Hey, baby, I was getting you a new hat. Which one do you want?
Ooh, that one's nice.
You like that one?
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you all the other ones.
Is that a Sprite hat?
Yeah,
That's
this one
awesome.
is a Sprite.
Oh, the Coke one's cool too. The one below it.
The pink one?
Wait, go up a little bit again. That cherry Coke one, that pink one. I like that one.
This one?
No, the one above it.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look at this one that Amanda found.
Oh, that one's nice. Oh, I like that one.
He likes that one.
Are y'all still in Vegas?
Yeah, we're about to leave, but we stopped at the Coke store to get you a new hat.
Okay.
These are the other ones.
Mm-mm.
The pink one?
Mm-hmm. I like
The
that
Diet-
pink one.
Or the cherry Coke?
The cherry Coke, yes, please.
Okay. All right, I'll get you that one.
Thank you, Mama.
All right, I'll see you later.
See you later.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Sorry about that, guys. That was my mom. She's coming back from Vegas right now as soon as she leaves that Coke store.
Just in the month of
Not Coke as like a drug. I'm talking about like the drink.
June.
Houston has become one of the greatest places in America for STDs. HIV rates are getting out of hand, and people are talking about it, and even news stations are talking about it.
I mean, any indication as to why, or did the study say why rates seem to be higher in the Houston area than the Texas average?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things that contribute to that. One is that we are a big metropolitan area. The other thing is that, and you know, we
What does
can talk about
metropolitan have to do
how,
with using condoms? Am I confused about something?
It just doesn't get the attention that it needs to. The HIV doesn't get the attention it needs to. And so we also see in the Houston area, we see other sexually transmitted illnesses. And by the way, HIV is not only transmitted sexually. There are other ways that you can contract HIV.
Oh.
But we see that, you know, these sort of ways of it going up and going down where we start paying attention to things.
Let's be real. Let me search that up. Dude. Look. There's no other version. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, you can get it from birth? That's crazy. You can get it from injecting drugs or other substances into someone who is infected. That's crazy to me. But anyway.
And then like syphilis and gonorrhea, those numbers start going down. The thing about syphilis and gonorrhea is once you're cured from them, you know, you're cured from them. With HIV, you then have to get on the medication, and you need to stay on the medication or else you're at risk for spreading it again. And so
Fox Houston had a particular panel
I thought something glitched.
talking about this same issue. And one of the people that came on was Dr. Marcel Thompson, a Black American, #FBA, who's an OBGYN in the city. And he was also alarmed at these rates.
Really, the sexual awareness of our education in the community is paramount. I mean, unfortunately, this STD has really hit the African American community pretty hard so far as in this rise. And when you look at, there are significant ramifications of having STD, particularly for women. Women can get a very bad stage of gonorrhea and chlamydia to cause a pelvic infection, can also make them infertile. That's one. And then, of course, the HIV.
Wrap it up, boys. She look good. That ass is fat. Oh, and it can clap. But when your shit start burning, your heart gonna start squirming.
Bars. I'm just kidding.
All because you didn't wrap it up. Now you're caught up. Nut up. And shut up. You dig?
We've had some good success with our curbing the HIV transmission, but it's still very much high, and particularly in the.
It's the perfect time, so I don't have to mess up the video and stuff. I'm gonna go eat a snack so I can sit here because I know it's gonna be a long video, and I really like watching Berto, so I'm gonna go get the rest of my Lunchable that I made a video about just now. Oh wait, did I even send that out yet? I think I don't think I should have said that. It's fine. Guys, the dog might be coming in, so I'm scared. Wait, I gotta get the snack.
The Black community, and so far as in women, surprisingly.
Now, one of the things he said was women. And I thought that to be interesting because obviously when you look at a lot of STDs, Black women tend to also be heavily affected with them too. Usually less than the men from what I can understand. But again, he's an OBGYN, so this is what he deals with a lot. And I was thinking about this. Why would women in the Black community be dealing with STDs more than men? And then I thought about it.
Because they be jumping from Johnson to Johnson. It's crazy out here. Like, on some real shit, Houston is scary how these girls move. Like, they move like ain't shit niggas. Like, you know, the ain't shit niggas that be cheating on niggas be bitches be talking about it, complaining about. Like, no, that be the girls out here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I agree with that. What he just said, I agree with that. Because, like, guys don't cheat as much as girls do, as you think. Like, guys, I think most of the time will cheat because they got cheated on. And if not, it's because think or they actually are a 10 out of 10 person. So they do that. But what's it called? Women do that more because they know they can just give out something and they'll get something in return for it.
That ass be on demon time. And I know this because I used to work at one of the most popular clubs out here in Houston. Like, I was a security guard. So I was literally in the nightlife seeing, like, bro, crazy.
So, of course, when you look about black cities and STDs, you always come to the argument of, oh, these black men out here, they are gay. And then I was just like on TikTok and I just happened to come across this particular lady who says that she inadvertently started dating a down low black man.
I met this man in 2023 through a mutual friend. He was a retired professional basketball player. He was about 6'7", just very masculine presenting. And honestly, we hit it off. So I was really surprised when at the end of the hangout, he didn't follow up. He didn't try to get my number. So I did what you're literally never supposed to do. I found him on Instagram and I liked a couple photos and I followed him. Absolutely disgusting. Anyway.
Damn, bitch was salivating from the mouth, ain't it?
Wait, what?
Absolutely disgusting. Never supposed to do. I found when at the end of the hangout, he didn't follow up. He didn't try to get my number. So I did what you're literally never supposed to do. I found him on Instagram and I liked a couple photos and I followed him. Absolutely disgusting. Anyway.
Damn, bitch was salivating from the mouth, ain't it?
He ends up sliding in my DMs. We end up making plans. The biggest red flag about this man was that he never wanted to hang out one-on-one despite living alone. And yes, I had been to his house before, so I knew he in fact lived alone. He had a child. I also lived alone, so it never made sense to me that he never wanted to come over, watch a movie, spend the night. Now, I'm no stranger.
Y'all see what happens when you make the girl wait for that Johnson a little bit? You know what I'm saying? You, bro, girls will literally go insane if you hold out on that Johnson. You see how she acting? Like, wait.
Now listen, I don't know this from experience, but I know this from my older, like, Theos and stuff of telling me about stories and stuff because they know I'm into watching kind of stuff like this. So they told me a couple stories and like we'll get into again like sometime soon. But yeah, my Theos always tell me like crazy stories about girls that get mad if they didn't like spend the night over with them or stuff like that. I was like, dang, that sucks. And they said, yeah, it's an evil world we live in. I was like, dang, okay. It's true.
Wait, you don't want to... Every guy wants to fuck me. You don't want to join the club? What? Oh, no. I need to hit you. I need to let you clap now.
Dealing with men that don't like me, but this was just something a little bit different. A man can hate your guts and still be laid up in your bed every day. So something just wasn't adding up. Anytime we would hang out, his friends would always be present and he would always kind of like parade me around to kind of show me off to his friends. It almost kind of gave like, look guys, like there's a girl here. I like women. Like, see, here's proof.
But wait, guys, this gets worse.
Another huge red flag that I so regretfully ignored was that this man did not like eating box. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Chelsea, you eat box. How in the were you dealing with a man that didn't eat box? It was a really dark time for me. I don't know. I must have been going through a lot. My head was a...
Look, man, I'm not saying that the guy that she's talking about wasn't on the D-low. I mean, that's his prerogative if that's the case. But hoes be acting like I don't know you like that. How about that? Like, based off what you saying, y'all was still in the talking stage. Me personally, I'm not trying to eat no box of a woman that I'm not like locked in with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just a random. Why would you even expect that?
Atrocious, y'all. It was just so bad. And I am 29 years old. I have had my fair share of experiences, but this head from this 35-year-old man, mind you, with a whole child.
Fair share of experiences, huh? What do you mean by that?
It gave, I have never even touched a vagina in my life.
So basically she goes on to
I thought you said she had kids.
In this clip,
I thought you said she had kids.
That the guy that she was with was asked.
He has kids. Or a kid, right? No, yeah, he does.
Asking her about somebody else's boyfriend that she knew, and that led her on to believe that this guy was gay. But at the same time, she's commenting on how trash his HE-AD was, and he was just licking it up and everything else. And I thought that was interesting, and it brought me back to the original problem, which is booty clapping is just getting out of hand. You see, the fact that she can just talk about this so freely and put her face on the internet means that she could probably give up her cheeks so freely too.
That's what I'm saying. All I'm hearing is you just like to give it up fast.
And of course, anybody can blame black men or black women for having STDs. But again, when it's time for you to go head on and enroll yourself in Durex Community College, you don't want to do that. Everything is no condom community college, no matter what. I know brothers, I know sisters, and I'm not saying that this is everybody. I know so many people in the black community that just like it RAW.
Yeah, no, that's true. I've heard this too.
All right, it's just what it is. In the heat of the moment, let me go ahead on in, roll your eyes back, and whatever else comes out there, and then you wake up and then all of a sudden it's
Love games but hate the grind? With WeMod, you can be invincible, unimaginably wealthy, or even
whatever else comes out there, and then you wake up and then all of a sudden it's the reality is with all of this is that you don't really know who you think you know. And if you're gonna live a lifestyle where you're just booty clapping everybody, you have to basically take care of your clapathon health. All right, you have to take care of your clapathon health.
It's kind of like how people get acne. I'm working on it right now. It's just that I'm in the middle of cross country season. I haven't been bringing my chongos, so I can't put my hair up. So I get stuck with the sweat. It's kind of like that, because if you don't clean all your face and stuff like that, wipe it off with alcohol wipes, then put on some like protective stuff on your face, which I have it on right now. And what's it called? If you don't do that, it's gonna build up acne. And now with this, right? If you don't clean up afterwards, then it's gonna get worse and it's gonna develop diseases and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's why they have condoms. Now again,
Facts,
I understand
Yellow.
you want to get all the way in certain places because you want to feel all certain things. I get it. But then when you come back hella skinny,
it's like, if that's what you want to do, then you need to vet that woman thoroughly. You need to know her inside out, really trust her, and that needs to be your woman. Like, nah, I'm taking you serious. We not just talking. Like, you are my woman. We are official. You feel me? Mm-hmm. That's the only time where you can even responsibly take in that risk. And even then, it's like, it still might not be worth it, bro.
looking like a pencil and you don't know what happened, and we all look at you and we're gonna be like, we know what you got. Then it's gonna be everybody else's fault. And one of the doctors was blaming it on a younger population, people moving. And again, I understand young people can be a little bit more active, but it also shows that people
appreciate the follow.
Are just not really interested in long-term relationships as much as they used to. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't get.
That is true. Now, I'm not gonna say like. I'm not gonna say that most people these days, like younger generation and stuff like that, are only looking for like short-term relationships. Now, me personally, I'm looking for a long-term relationship, something that will last most likely out of high school and maybe into marriage. You know, it may sound cringy or cliche, whatever you want to call it. I don't care, but it's true. It's what I want. Now, if y'all don't agree with that, totally understand. It's just that's how I feel about how I want my relationship to be. And if they don't feel that way, then okay, it's fine. But I'm not gonna change that about myself. I don't have to change everything about myself, basically. I'll change some things, I'll make sacrifices, yes, but I'm not changing too much about myself to where I'm a whole different person.
STDs in long-term relationships. I mean, but what I'm saying is that relationships are just trash. So because relationships are trash, let's just clap. Like, I very rarely meet somebody and I ask them like, so why are you single? Oh my God, those dudes is trash. I can't never date a dude from Houston. I can't date a dude from Atlanta. Well, when's the last time you clapped? Either they're gonna say,
Yeah.
oh, I'm celibate, which is a lie. And then I check your phone and when's the last time you clapped? Oh, 45 minutes ago before you met me. Got him. So this is the situation. While people are looking for somebody to get serious with, they're still in sexual relationships with people and not wearing protection.
Yeah,
and guess
bro.
what? Not even wearing protection
You know,
with one person.
I'll tell y'all this, just on some real big bro advice on some shit, man. It might not feel practical, but dead ass, it's to the point where I'm bringing up sexual conversations very early within anybody that I'm talking to, because I need you to be tested before we even begin to entertain that shit, bro. Like, it's to that point where it's like, it's not even worth it. Like, I need to know that you're clean before we even have relations, straight up.
Story time music. I met this girl, and she and I used to date, which is crazy because I never got to clap these cheeks, right? And maybe that was God looking out for me. But she told me that she had slept with 2 dudes in the same day. You guessed it, without a condom. What? Yes, she did.
What?
Right? And at the time, she was engaged to somebody else. So basically, you let 2 different dudes shoot the club up with no hat. Just go ahead on and do whatever they.
Bro, and that's the whole other thing. It's like, we just talking about STDs and all types of shit. Like, we're not even talking about babies. So much risk involved. Not to say that babies are like a bad thing, but with a dead stranger, you don't know that person. It's your first time linking, and you just shooting the club up, spraying it. Bro,
No, actually, I'm gonna let him finish first.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm not gonna say his name because that's my dog. But, bro, I had a friend, and he's still my friend. We cool people, bro. This nigga, he got hoes. Like, he got hoes like I've never seen before. Like, literally, bring him around and you point and say, "Hey, go get her." He can go get her number, and he's clapping same night. Nigga was a demon. And not only was he on demon time, like, he would literally have to, like, stop. Like, we would have to physically stop him from, hunting out girls, bro. Like, and it was like, I don't know what it was. Like, obviously, he's a fly dude. He was a taller dude. He's stylish or whatever. But they was going. Like, I rarely seen this nigga ever fucking get rejected. So I remember I'm not gonna say no names, but me and my other homeboy pulled him to the side and was just like, "Bro, you gotta calm down. Like you fucking all these hoes. Like you be fucking like literally 3-4 girls a week, bruh. Like, you're going too stupid. You're using protection, right?" This nigga says he never uses protection. And he also said, he also said that, like, majority of times he be in them hoes too, bro. Shooting up the club. Like, what?
The thing is like, babies is another thing whenever they do, like, one night stands and stuff. Because, like, think about it. That child's life is probably going to be ruined because they're not going to show up for them, like the father, right? And it's worse because, like, it's their fault. Like, it's the guy's fault completely for not wearing protection. Now, if the girl told him not to wear protection, that's a different story.
So I remember I was like, bro, we told him, I said, "Nigga, You need to calm down. God has been letting you slide, bro. And he is living through us. The Holy Spirit is taking us over right now to tell you that you need to stop. Calm down. Calm down. Let this be the day. You need to chill. Bro, the very next week, he got 2 shorties preggo at the same time. That's where the story ends, because I'm not gonna, again, I'm not trying to air out personal business. I ain't say no names. You know, it's my dog. But wrap it up, y'all, and calm y'all asses down.
It was doing. And at the same time, you know, you were thinking about talking to somebody else. And that's what happens. It's not like, oh, we're looking to date somebody and that's the person that we're dating. No, it's like, look, I'm trying to talk to you. Hey, how are you doing? I have this other person that I'm clapping their cheeks who I know that I'm not going to end up with. And yeah, because I like this person a little bit, but I don't want to be with them, I'm just clapping their cheeks regardless without any protection and, you know, basically leaving it in them. And then they come out like 9 months later with the, but I really don't like them. And that's just really being reckless.
What up,
That's
Don?
how life works, right? Like
Welcome
most
to
of
the
us,
stream.
when we're out and somebody is talking to you, especially if you're somewhat attractive or even if you're average looking, you already have somebody that you already have enrolled in Clapathon Tech. And you've been with that person and sometimes you don't want to use a rubber, okay?
What up, Sam?
And then so you it kind of dies down and then you go to the new person without a rubber. And then you don't know that person still might mess with somebody else who doesn't have a rubber. And then all of you guys are just burning up each other, and then you're out there sick in these streets.
Wagwan,
the reality
brethren.
is that unless people really want to get
Got a
serious
yachty
with
in the
relationships
chat.
or feel like relationships
tough.
are actually worth it, we're going to continue to see this sort of no condom Clapathon Tech behavior happening all over the country. People are going to continue to get enrolled at No Condom City Community College. And of course, this rate will continue, especially people coming in from transient places that already have these diseases and then move to Houston. Maybe they do or don't know, and they're just spreading it. And yes, you have people who know they have these things, like V, and they still give it to somebody else, and they'll be like, oops. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy.
Crazy situation, man. You know, again, I already just gave y'all my feedback. Y'all calm y'all asses down, wrap it up. And bro, if you are in a space where you don't want to be messing around and dating with nobody because you just feel like the dating scene's fucked, then just be single, bro. Be single, focus on yourself, and wait until you're mentally ready to give it another shot. But don't just be clapping on different people in between, because it's just not worth it, bro. The risk is just not worth it, especially in 2025. And this video was about Houston specifically, and I promise you, any of my viewers watching in Houston, Texas, it's crazy out here. I just told y'all a story about my dog. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys tap into the Twitch streams. Link to that will be in the description. That's Where You At, Berto. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.
Where you at, Berto?
Yeah, definitely go check out his channel, please, and his Twitch. Anyway, next video. Let's see, where is it at? Let's see.
Even one.
Okay, listen, there's absolutely no.
Let's see.
Gorgeous people.
Where is it, man? That's kind of cool.
Billy, we're back.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the greatest series.
Please, bro. Jesus, take care of all the YouTubers that I'm subscribed to. Also, more Pegasus, bro. W channel. I want him to gain 28 more subscribers if you're not already subscribed. Do it now. I'm not freaking playing these games. Anyways, continue.
In the history of the universe. In today's video, Ethan has called out iDubbbz and Anissa once again. iDubbbz has responded. Denims, also known as Female Hassan, has embarrassed herself again, trying to defend the rank #1 simp, Mike from PA. Massive updates to Ethan's lawsuit and the situation with the Reddit mods. Subscribe for this glass of milk, quite refreshing. Encore by Jellywig.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin with Ethan calling out iDubbbz and Anissa. Here we got a tweet. Ethan takes shots at Ian and Anissa, expects them to eventually get divorced. So we got this Reddit post from Ace Racery Productions, reminded that iDubbbz wouldn't even post a tweet to help end child marriage in the state of Washington. Something that Kate, the immigrant wife of his boxing coach, was sold into and was working to help pass legislation against. Helping immigrants? Virtue signaling over helping immigrants, the classic iDubbbz strategy. So Ethan responds, Ian and Anissa are spineless, basement-dwelling losers. You know, that statement might be factually correct considering they literally are in a basement. The sheer poverty be factually correct considering they literally are.
There's no way that... It might not be a coincidence, but that's actually hilarious.
Are in a basement. The sheer poverty of their combined talent and charisma makes Hassan look like MLK. In every perceivable way, they are pathetic. No talent, no ideas, no motivation, no drive, no money, no bitches. Love and partnership are supposed to strengthen bonds and improve outlook, but they're like two black holes of self-loathing and misery caught in each other's orbit. And as those black holes spiral closer, the outcomes becomes inevitable. A supernova. They won't last. Oh.
In Albion, no matter where you go or what you do, your mount will accompany you on your journey. Perhaps you'll pick the ox.
My god. Ethan Klein should write a book. This shit is so elegant, bro. And I just love how everybody is using the orbiter and space language. I don't know if that's... And I just love how...
This one... I honestly will be honest with you guys. Wait, what? This girl right here, right, is one of the most annoying ones. I'll be honest. And then this one doesn't give credit to anybody, and then just calls everybody trash. So she's just a trash talker. This one, we don't even know. I don't even want to talk about it. I forgot who this is. I can't tell. And then, who was that? Do y'all know? I don't.
Everybody is using the orbiter and space language. I don't know if that's my fault, but I'll take credit. Why not, you know? They will eventually be divorced, and in the cosmic wreckage of that explosion, they'll be left with one thing to show for it all. The friendships, the time, the energy, the life wasted. Dust. Oh my god. The absolute ultimate revenge arc by Ethan is going crazy, bro. Now you just have to call Anissa a soul-sucking Dementor from Harry Potter, and then we will have completed the cycle of Pegasus references. But honestly, their downfall needs to be studied, man. It is actually insane. I feel like the divorce arc is going to go crazy. Imagine the content, bro. I'm telling you, a twit longer or something is coming. I don't know when. Maybe in a week, maybe in a month, maybe in a couple years, but it is coming. People responded, he's destitute, he's poor. Divorce seems inevitable. We should start a pool on Polymarket. Ethan gotta chill. I feel like that stage is far gone at this point. This is a man who sees only blood, all right? Anyways, apparently iDubbbz responded. Well, it's sort of a non-response.
So what's the plan with Ethan Klein? The rule, just so you guys are aware, is like, we just don't give it any attention, you know? Like, I I really want to make my own shit. It's kind of one of the, I think, reasons I stopped making as much drama content is because I personally didn't want to feel super reliant on it. And I think there's a place for it for sure, but it's like, it's very easy to get roped into it and have that be your entire fucking brain. And it's just not good for anyone. I mean, take it in, you know, bits and pieces maybe, but yeah, I'm
Then you shouldn't have started the drama. It doesn't really matter if you like didn't want to be part of it anymore. You already started it, but best better finish it now. It just makes me mad, man.
fine with just not.
Dude, there's no way this guy's talking about don't give it attention. You started it with your whole content cop. I mean, clearly you just can't take the heat anymore, but he was perfectly fine doing this to Ethan, right? A 7 million view video trying to ruin his career and basically ruin his life, even justifying the CPS call on his kids as well.
You completely wiped your brain of what happened during the CPS stream. That's not my fucking fault. That's no one else's fault but yours.
And now he's like, well, actually, I'm over the drama, guys. Like, you're the one who started this shit.
Actually, just because I started it doesn't mean I have to finish it, or I have to even address it. Like, what?
Also, it's not like he still hasn't been partaking in it. Even in his latest video, towards the end of it, he put the GoFundMes of KZTron, Denims, and Frogan, and he's obviously trying to get himself involved again, you know, supporting their cause as well, still doubling down over and over and over again.
I really believe in their cases that just because you're fucking rich and powerful doesn't mean that you can bully people on the internet, doesn't mean you can bully women, minorities.
This is like the actions of a broken and pathetic man. And I don't know if he's acting out of his own volition here, or Anissa is behind the camera, obviously given those instructions, puppet mastering the whole thing. It's kind of hard to tell at this point. Now, somebody pointed out the hypocrisy. I thought he blew up Creator Clash so he could roll around in the pig shit.
I mean, ultimately, I think it's a good thing because I think I am meant to roll around in shit. I think me and Ethan are both meant to be rolling around in pig shit all day long. And other people are meant to do boxing or debating or whatever else. Ethan and me, pig shit rolling around type of fella.
Right, so you were perfectly fine getting into drama as long as you were on the winning side, or at least you thought you were. And when you had the backing of Hassan and his whole group squad there, and you thought you were unbeatable. But when the audience turned on you, suddenly...
Dude, Hassan just makes me so mad, dude. I don't know why. Or no, I do know why. The proof that Tectone's shown, stuff that I've seen on my own, other things that other people have caught onto, kind of like more Pegasus. Yeah, I don't think Hassan's the greatest person ever, and he should have been banned already for more than a day.
I don't like drama, guys. I'm actually above that content. You know, it's all toxic. It's so bad. Yeah, I mean, obviously you think that way when you got exposed for being a massive scumbag secretly taking from charity. And it was after this somebody brings it up in chat again and he responds saying, please don't talk about Ethan, guys. We're kind of over that right now.
Yeah, you're allowed to ask, but the rule, KP Jack Boy, is that we don't really talk about drama in the stream. I just want to fucking focus on this shit. I've said my piece on anything like H3 related. So, you know, if you want to know my opinion, hey, I made a video about it.
Wait, is he referring to the original video? There's no way he still stands by his video even after basically everybody explained to him how he was completely wrong. This guy legitimately saw how the entire situation went down on the internet, and here he is still like double, triple, at this point like quadruple downing on this. Like, this is a different level of delusion, man. Holy shit. How far gone is this guy? I guess this is just what happens when you fall victim to the Hassan brainwashing, right? Apparently he thinks he's some sort of socialist hero going to try to save us all here. Completely morphed all of his opinions to align with Hassan and the Orbiters, even though he didn't used to like believe any of that stuff before. But I just don't get, how do you read your comments with everybody, literally everybody? I couldn't find a single positive comment towards iDubbbz. Read your comments like that and completely ignore it. Just take no level of accountability, you know, not even consider any of the criticism. I feel like you need to have a real special type of narcissism, but I don't think that Ian is like that level where he can, you know, he's so full of himself at this point. I think it's still Aneesa, honestly. That's where the narcissism is coming from. Ian is just like her little puppet master that she controls and basically takes all the blame, right? If Ian does anything good, then she steps into the camera and goes like, yeah, it was actually both of us guys. But if things go wrong, then, well, it was all Ian's fault. Oh, Ian didn't want this being leaked, but I'm telling you guys. Oh, Ian messed it up, you know. I was totally the good party here, and this is like the whole narrative that's building up to the divorce, in my opinion. I feel like trying to paint Ian as this bad guy while she's just completely infallible, obviously. People responded, you know you lost when you go from making an hour-long content cop, picking a fight, to making it a rule that you won't be discussing him and want to be left alone to do your own thing. If only this loser is...
Now we get to create our character. We want to be female. We could have a boy. Totally a chibi girl. That's cute.
Queen had just admitted they were in the wrong. They literally had infinite opportunities, even now. Hilarious how he thought he was gonna go shot for shot with Ethan, got blown the out, even dropped out of Creator Clash to roll in the mud with Ethan, but now says he's moving away from the drama because it's too much. Very big of him after laughing at Ethan getting death threats and getting CPS called to his house. Yeah, he was blaming it on Ethan. He's like, oh, well, why are you talking about your personal business online? You deserve this. Karma coming back, you know, delivering the 1-2 punch. Anyways, Aneesa wrote a message here. Things are stable and we don't have anything stressful anymore. So Ian will actually be free to make content, including streaming. So rats. Very exciting. Yeah, guys, you know, really stable, not stressful at all, guys. You know, we just gotta sell our house, move countries, just gotta record from my basement, which we're literally stuck in. You know, we just had our entire online presence obliterated, lost 90% of our audience, went from 7 million views to 100K, and all those 100K are literally hate watchers. So I don't even know his actual audience. Not even them specifically. I feel like if that happens to any YouTuber, they're gonna panic because, like, holy shit, this is your entire career getting thrown down the drain, and you need to pretend like everything's okay so your audience doesn't get the, your remaining audience, it doesn't get the impression that, oh, things are falling apart and stuff like that. And we've seen this trend with Aneesa before as well, where she says, oh, I'm actually the happiest I've ever been in my entire life, guys. Everything is fine and dandy as things are melting down around her. This event is being canceled. People are accusing you of stealing from charity, which is a heinous accusation, obviously. And all the, you know, people are coming out with different stories, your boxing coach and everything. I feel like this tough girl act is just not working anymore. Nobody is buying this shit. Also, can somebody tell me, why does she always speak for him? It's actually crazy. Even the most insignificant thing, like, yes, Ian is now finally allowed to stream, guys. Ian is let off the leash, right? You know, I, Aneesa, have decided it is, you know, he's like my dog. I'm taking him for a walk. You know, it's meal time, you know? It's streaming time for Ian, guys. Clap it up. What was the trade-off for this? Did he have to drive you to your, you know, tattoo appointments? Ian has to watch her visit her best friend, Gorgeous Gabe, of course.
Our hairdresser walked up to us, who's also Ian's sparring partner, when we were waiting to get our hair cut, and he was like, Ian, you're allowed to smile.
Because you also just you feel like a loser. He's this jacked 200+ pound dude with a bunch of tattoos. He kicks my ass.
Now, people are asking some interesting questions. Has anyone seen any additional fundraising efforts for this since they announced the cancellation? Because, you know, this was the Creator Clash event, which was, like, canceled and stuff. So some level of compensation to, you know, keep your promise to charity. You know, in the past, they did, like, a charity stream when the Creator Clash didn't work out. So nothing of the sort. It seems like just charity completely screwed over once again. And this time, there's nobody even trying to compensate for it. Moving on to female Hassan, one of the most despicable Hassan orbiters, Denims, of course. Reminder, she's the person who said grapes never happened October 7, forensic evidence, implied the CPS calls to Ethan are somehow justified because kids don't form memories at 3 years old, apparently, so they just can't be traumatized.
You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old.
She's the one who recently, we saw a clip where she was defending Chris Tyson, the absolute creep, right?
The art that Ava had, the poster.
Oops.
The poster, as far as I see, doesn't look like it is or is not a fucking child. It's like edgy art.
Oh, hey.
And that's it.
It looks like a child.
Yeah, no.
And they're like thirsting. They're looking sexual. It's genuinely repulsive.
And apparently now she's trying to play defense for Mike from PA, the guy who said Jews are a demonic ethnicity.
Jewish is not an ethnicity. This constructed ethnicity. This demonic ethnicity.
So she does the classic Hassan strategy of, this is bad, guys, but...
Anyway, so here she is defending Mike from PA, who, by the way, is still banned, I believe. I don't think he's got unbanned yet. So that's more than I expected from Twitch.
First of all, completely unacceptable, right? Like,
Okay,
these
good.
words in this order, completely unacceptable.
Oh, pause it. Great. Let's move on.
Although I don't like the way she said.
Great take.
I don't like the way she said the words in this order. Like there's a certain way to say this and get this idea across without showing your ass too much. He dog whistled a little too loud. Thank you.
It was very obviously
Okay, now it goes sideways, Dan. God damn it.
him meaning to say Zionism.
No,
a Zionist is
no.
a constructed identity. That sentence makes sense.
Jewish is
Zionism is an identity. It's a fucking like philosophy even. It's not even an identity. What are you talking about, you dope? God, she's so dumb.
Identity. That sentence makes sense.
Jewish is not an ethnicity. Ethnicity. This ethnicity.
After watching the 300th Netanyahu clip of him pulling some fucking disingenuous garbage and misspeaking, because it makes no sense to say wholly made up.
Of course, guys, what Mike said is bad, but only those words in that specific order. You know, if he actually reworded it, it would actually be okay. You know, maybe if he reworded it into some...
Rewording that Jews are not an ethnicity and saying that they're a demonic like thing, there's a way to reword that? What?
Something like Hitler was actually a good guy, guys. Then maybe he actually got a point, of course. Literally, what are you saying? It's either bad or it's not. There's always this fucking Hassan false flag strategy, right? Well, was the shooting bad? Actually, it might have been a false flag. It's probably not a false flag, but it would have been the perfect false flag.
You could not have designed a better false flag incident like this.
Also, she's only saying it's bad. Okay, this is my hypothesis, is because Mike actually got banned, and these people are obviously terrified of accountability and any level of consequences. Obviously, Denims is getting sued now, so she needs all the money she can actually get, so she wouldn't want to be banned. So I feel like she's only saying this because she's scared that she'll get banned or whatever, right? And her justification, saying that Mike misspoke, gotta be the top 10 most disingenuous shits I've ever heard, because he specifically said it and he reiterated it like 3 times. You know, he said 3 different statements back to back, and it was very, very clear. He was not saying Zionist, because if he was saying Zionist, he would have said the word Zionist. Like, it's just crazy the amount of ultimate omega copium Denims is actually doing here, right? I feel like it's abundantly clear at this point by anyone who watched the clip that you guys basically just exposed yourselves and said the quiet part out loud. So I feel like it would be better for everyone if you just admitted it and stopped trying to act like you're not anti-Semitic, all right?
Most European Jews, Ashkenazi, have absolutely no ties to the land of Israel, the Levant, or whatever you want to call it, because they were converts in Europe. We were previously pagan Christian. I mean, again, that's why he criticized.
That is completely a total lie. And again, it's just further the agenda that all these people have in denying Jewish heritage in the Middle East. And also Ashkenazi Jews, their DNA lineage does track back to ancient Judea, which is obvious, right? These people you're talking to are not colonizers. They were fucking born there. If they're colonizers, then so is your ass in fucking Dearborn. Did you ask the ghosts of the Native Americans that got,
Could you use up to $750? Find it at BioLife. Up to $750 is waiting for you.
Oh, she's not?
You're thinking of Frogan.
Yeah, where's she from? It doesn't matter where she's
Frogan's from Dearborn, shout out.
Anywhere you live in
Shout
America,
out
sorry. Anywhere you live in America is on the an Indian burial ground, you know what I mean? Like, did you forget to ask somebody if it was okay if you lived in where you lived, you know what I mean? Like, if you're born there and you don't have citizenship or opportunity to move anywhere else, you're not a colonizer. You are born there. You're just living.
You know what I find the most sort of disturbing? It's just like how unabashedly cruel these people are to people who disagree with them, even in the slightest, right? They're just straight up psychos to anyone they don't like, right? Zero bit of empathy, despite being the side of empathy, the side of iDubbbz here, right? And this is basically how they get you. Their entire side sort of pretends to be the good ones, pretends to be the open-minded, loving, I love LGBT, but also Hezbollah. You know, it's like they lure you in with trying to convince you that, hey, we are the good side, we are the caring side, we care for all people. But then slowly they reveal their true selves, right? And nobody who pretends to be this really good person ends up actually being a good person, right? Usually they end up having some horrific skeletons in their closet, right? And the thing about this is, it's not even a secret. Hasan has admitted this is like his strategy of he downplays his views whenever he's talking to people who are not so politically brainrotted, so that they start to, you know, warm up to him, and then he slowly tells them his actual, you know, opinions, which is like, I support terrorists and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
It's like slowly sowing the seeds of brainwashing little by little. And I know it sounds like crazy conspiracy or whatever, but this is exactly what they do. Like, these people are legitimately this insane, right? And when you're blatantly anti-Semitic and shit like that, you gotta use creative ways to get the modern audience to actually follow you. And they've somehow done that. They've actually gotten a following, right? I don't know about Denims and the other orbiters, they're pretty small, but Hasan for sure. Right, so this next part, she pulls a mic from PA and she's talking about Asians here, but apparently she didn't get the fact that Mike sounded like a complete idiot when he was talking about Jews.
Asian is not an ethnic? Like,
why is she, and she's adopting the dipshit language. She's so
not an
stupid.
ethnic?
She doesn't even know that that's not appropriate. She says Asian is not an ethnic. Pull that, Zach. Okay. We have now 2 online socialist dipshits saying something is not an ethnic.
It's catching on, bro.
Asian is not an ethnic? Like,
why did you say that? It's not an ethnicity. An ethnic. You watched Mike say the dumbest thing we've ever heard, and you said, I want to adopt that into my language. Truly stunning stuff.
You can be Filipino, or you can be Chinese. You can be Sephardic, or Mizrahi, or all these other things. And they're all distinctly different. Or Mizrahi. Or
they say in her chat, dude, they literally said it in her chat. They're calling her out for being an idiot. Oh my god, you can't speak either.
Or all these other things. And they're all distinctly different, and pretending like they're not and just grouping them together is inaccurate, right?
Oh, why the think y'all can see it.
And pretending like they're not and just grouping these other things. You can be
Hold on.
Sephardic, or Mizrahi, or all these.
Let me show y'all. Wait, no. Move myself right here. Right here. Okay, and now we're gonna go back. In her chat, they literally say ethnicity instead of ethnic. Crazy stuff.
These other things, and they're all distinctly different, and pretending like they're not and just grouping them together is inaccurate, right?
Why the fuck are you even talking about this? You are so out of your element. You have no idea.
Jewish is a big category.
Oh yeah?
Okay? Jewish is a larger category than you guys are pretending it is.
So now she's LARPing as some kind of like Jewish historian scholar?
I mean, Ethan, you just don't get it. They're Twitch streamers. They're automatically experts in any field they talk about ever, right? Remember, Denims is actually an expert in child psychology as well.
The average age of adults' earliest memories is 3.5 years old. You're not really forming memories at 3.
She's an expert in forensic science, expert in politics, expert in history. So yeah, you gotta take her at her word, obviously. Now, I have no idea. Maybe somebody in the audience can tell me here. What was her point there? Asian is not an ethnic, guys. What the fucking, like, go to an English class. Holy shit. How do you actually have a following? How are you actually telling people? How are you the person person that people go to be educated about politics. I just find it insane that people actually trust these people. Literally room temperature IQ, man. I think I'm gonna brand this phenomenon the Mike from PA virus, right? This is kind of what happens when you watch Hasan Orbiter content for too long, unless you obviously have the Pegasus shield of protection here. If you're watching them through my content, you get a level of protection. The commentary sort of shields you here. But if you're exclusively actually going to them and watching all of their content, then yeah, it's gonna make it pretty tough, right? For you to not be completely brainwashed and turn into a zombie fucking NPC moron, you know, perpetually spouting their nonsense talking points, right? Listen, I don't have like a scientific study on this, so forgive me for that, but I feel like there's gonna be, like, if there's ever a study done, your IQ points will be dropping if you consumed like several hours of these guys' content, all right? So proceed at your own risk here. Right, so this next part, she defends Mike from PA again, and she criticizes ContraPoints. If you missed like the previous episodes, basically this ContraPoints person is somebody in the political sphere here, but they had a nuanced take about Israel-Palestine, basically saying that you should care about all civilian lives, you know? Very controversial take, guys. And apparently that was enough to get absolutely shit on by Hasan and all the orbiters, right? And that's why they're very mad at her.
But you have to be a very disingenuous person to take a look at like Mike's recent track record, like the past 3, 4, however many years. Like even just compare that shit to like how ContraPoints treated the situation in Gaza, the genocide in Gaza, that she waited until it was safe to say that it was a genocide. And then she said like, but you guys need to understand.
I fucking despise how people talk about
What does any of that have to do with whether Twitch was justified in banning him?
None. They like to group like all these, like they go liberal Zionists. They call people like me and ContraPoints who don't like aren't in favor of like mass frankly ethnic cleansing the Jews that are there now, who were born there. So so they hand wave us all as liberal Zionists. But I despise the way that these people now talk about ContraPoints. Like, she came out, she knew that she was going to get hell for expressing her opinion in the space she exists. She didn't wait till it was safe. She waited until it was the most unsafe time to express that opinion that went against the grain. And look what happened. Now all the dipshits like you are falling in line to lie and shit on her. Like, give me a break. You want to talk? You only ever take the safest, most obvious take. Okay, when have you ever taken a brave stance on anything?
Yeah, heaven forbid somebody care about all humans, guys. That's too shocking. Too much of a controversial opinion here. Can't be caring about those Jews, of course. The demonic ethnicity, obviously. Also, I just love how she gives us constant slam dunks here. She's talking about Mike from PA's track record. Really? Really? You want to actually go there? His track record makes him look even more anti-Semitic, and if you ask me, it potentially makes him look like a criminal, considering this guy was putting bounties on people's heads.
Holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know.
In my opinion, that is literally inciting violence, so
yeah,
Mike should probably be arrested.
That's condoning violence to some other, like, creator or whatever, or some random person that he's talking about. Like, if you're asking somebody in Florida to go kill somebody else and you'll pay them, you're condoning violence on, one, Twitch, which I don't think they will really do anything about it, but also, two, you can probably get arrested for that, and three, isn't that considered cyberbullying, right? Or no? I don't know.
I don't know how he hasn't been yet. Probably nobody's like, you know, filed charges or whatever like that. But he's been threatening violence to Ethan as well. And Ethan, you know, contacted Twitch and stuff. They did nothing about it, obviously. Twitch, the wonderful platform there. So, I don't know. Denim's obviously, once again, just being a complete disingenuous clown about everything. She really is, you know, living up to her title of female Hasan here. And I really feel like she's like a bot. She's like an actual NPC with these programmed talking points, and she just cannot veer from it, cannot apply any level of critical thought at all, and always comes to the same conclusion of, I must support the Hasan side. Like, sometimes you can criticize your own side, right? It's just, it's not hard to do. It's not hard to say like, hey, this was pretty bad, you know? And you don't need to follow it up with, but guys, I know Mike said this thing about Jews, but guys, he actually meant Zionists. Like, shut up for once. Shut up. Holy shit.
Ready to take control of your future? At Universal Technical Institute, you can train to turn your passion into a career. With 15
Anyways, moving on to Ethan versus the H3 Snarkers. So quick recap. So Ethan subpoenaed Reddit and Discord to get the identities of the anonymous people harassing him. Basically, you know, some of these people might have been involved in the CPS call. We don't really know, but they're definitely involved in the copyright case because, you know, they had that whole post directing to Denim's and Frogan's stream to avoid giving views to Ethan's content nuke, right? So apparently they have finally lawyered up, and now they want to try and avoid giving their identities over to Ethan, but it turns out they might have just committed a huge misstep.
The H3 Snark mods have banded together and hired a boutique law firm located in San Francisco, which makes me raise my eyebrow.
What makes it boutique?
It just means like a small specialized. Okay. They seem like professionals.
Okay.
A boutique law firm in San Francisco to represent all of them. And the reason they've hired this lawyer is to challenge our subpoena request.
They don't want names being...
They're scared. They're scared. Whatever's in there must be bad. But the truth is, all we actually are asking for and need is their names so that we can serve them. Essentially, they're going to have to argue on behalf of the 3 defendants that what they did was not infringement, to therefore make themselves ineligible to be subpoenaed. It's going to be basically a motion to dismiss in the form of a squash, because they have to argue that argument on behalf of them.
Right, so you're telling me the Redditors now have to defend Denims, Casey, and Froggen, right? After Denims already threw them under the bus. I mean, just the absolute cinema. They must continue simping for Denims even after the betrayal, and she basically allowed the subpoena to go through without any sort of pushback when she could have easily sort of rejected it, right? So yeah, this is an interesting turn of events, and the only way for them to avoid sort of giving their identities is to prove Casey, Denims, and Froggen did not actually violate copyright, right? Which is an impossible task, obviously, because in my opinion, they definitely did violate copyright. And according
Guys, I'm sorry that I'm not talking that much. It's just this video is actually really good. Like, this is a really good video. And he's hitting all the points that I don't need to go over because he's already said everything.
To the expert legal opinion by a bunch of lawyers on YouTube as well. Congratulations, you're still fucked. All right, you just made it a little bit harder here.
Do I think they have a chance of prevailing? No shot in hell.
Why?
Personally, I mean, because like, good luck explaining that these guys didn't participate in aiding copyright infringement. Like, the facts of the case are just so damning.
I mean, even as like a non-lawyer, right? As a lame person, you could see Ethan's video and come to the conclusion that they maliciously violated copyright. I mean,
Yeah,
a lot of
they really did. Like, they didn't even, like, what's the word? They didn't even promote the other channel. Well, not promote. I guess, like, give credit to the other channel, you know what I'm saying? And, like, they were always disrespectful in the thing, and then they just said, yeah, just definitely don't go subscribe or follow this person.
the clips are very damning there. Lawyers have also examined it, come to the same conclusion. Obviously, they always have a chance to win, but, you know, it's kind of like 5% or something like that. Ethan's lawyers would have to royally mess up or something, because obviously that's also a job, you know, getting across the best legal argument, but I'm pretty sure it's a slam dunk here. Now, the funniest part about all of this is that Ethan might not even have gotten the identities from the subpoena, right? Because if Reddit or Discord, as the platforms, did not actually have the real identities of the snarkers in the first place, because you don't have to give your real name to Reddit, I don't imagine, unless you're doing some sort of special interaction there or exchange it in the messages or whatever, right? So Ethan might not even have gotten their identities and not been able to sue them, but now he is definitely getting the identities, because in order to lawyer up, right? In order to lawyer up, you have to give them your real name to sort of represent you. Obviously, right now they're going by like Jane Doe or whatever, but eventually, right, Ethan will be able to get their names from their own lawyers, like their confirmed names here. So they've kind of screwed themselves over.
But here's the best part. This is kind of a strange move on their part. I mean, I would never say that getting a lawyer is a bad idea, but
no,
if they lose,
definitely not when you're getting
if they lose, they've all banded together and got this lawyer. If they lose, we get all of their names.
Oh, that's gonna be so beautiful.
Right.
From the lawyer. The lawyer knows who they are. Now, they're still John Doe and Jane Doe or whatever. The lawyer is keeping their identity private still, which makes sense because they're trying to quash
That's
the
the whole
subpoena.
point is, yeah, it makes sense.
But if they lose, all of their names are right there.
You meaning you can get it, you don't even need Reddit anymore. You can
I don't
just
believe so.
get it from the lawyer.
Yes.
Okay, so I mean it's a big swing. They're taking a big swing here.
But well, all that says to me a few things. One, they are deathly afraid of that subpoena. My concern this whole time was we'll get the subpoenas and we won't get anything from it. That they somehow either you use VPNs or use enough sock puppet accounts or this and that, and that we're not able to get any of their IDs. But they've done us the courtesy of coming together, hiring an attorney, getting all of their identities on record, so that when they try to wash this, which is going to fail in my opinion, then we've got all of these fucking mods dead to rights on 3 lawsuits. And this is my dream come true. They have delivered themselves to me.
On a silver platter.
On a gold platter, not silver.
Okay.
Platinum 5712.
This is, I am going to feast on the fucking ashes of the lives that I will ruin.
Nah, okay, feast on their ashes is absolutely crazy. This is like a super villain monologue, dude. Did I ever lie when I said this was absolute cinema? You do not want to be the Hassan Orbiters right now. And the fact is, they are basically screwing themselves over here. It's just too good. Now, it's a bit confusing. So, is this like the 1 in a million situation where getting a lawyer was actually a bad thing? Because he couldn't actually find your real identity unless you did that? I mean, I can't think of any situation where getting a lawyer would ever be a bad thing, but it seems like this might be that case, unless I'm misunderstanding something here. But unless the messages, of course, were really damning, which is why they might have actually done it, right? Then it sort of makes sense. If in your messages you have already exchanged your real name, your identities, or you bought some fucking Reddit Gold or something and you connected your payment card, which is your credit card, which had your name or something like that. In any case, whatever the reasons for their identities eventually being leaked here, congratulations, you're about to become side characters in the greatest series on planet Earth, and potentially that might actually be a good thing. All right, I feel like that's one of the saving grace for all the Hassan Orbiters. At least you get to be part of the greatest series ever created since the Big Bang. Anyways, apparently it only gets better because they got lawyers in San Francisco, it seems, and suspiciously, that is the same place as Reddit headquarters.
Who do you think the biggest person? You think it's a Reddit employee on there when the names come out? Like who's in that?
That would be epic.
That would be wild.
I don't think so though.
We can hope.
I wouldn't put that on my bingo card. It's very unlikely.
What a twist! What a twist to the storyline.
I think it's just a bunch of fucking
losers,
loser obsessed weirdos. Like it's just the same people you would expect. That's basically who you expect. Yeah. So the other thing that made me weird is they hired a boutique law firm in San Francisco, which is where Reddit is located. And it makes me wonder, without any evidence, I wonder if Reddit, who I've long suspected as fucking participating in, right?
Yes.
Obstructing,
I agree.
Promoting, is involved in funding this in some way. We are in a situation that is literally crafted perfectly to my satisfaction. I have them all dead to rights, and I have all their identities just right there. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fantastic. And they're going to get sued for 3 different lawsuits. They will be ruined.
Oh my god, the levels of cinema are unprecedented, man. Crafted perfectly to my satisfaction. This mother flipper talking like it's a dish from Ratatouille, bro. Holy shit, like it's so delicious. I can feel the colors. Holy shit. I mean, you guys tell me, how
he can smell the colors at this point, dude.
Crazy would it be if actual Reddit employees got involved? Like, obviously we had that person with 9 Reddit accounts or whatever. They were basically claiming that they worked at Reddit. So Now they are a serial bullshitter, obviously, but maybe they actually did. So being a Redditor is one thing. Being an unemployed Redditor hating on Ethan is one thing. Being an employee at Reddit and having like these 9 accounts and, you know, snarking to that level, that is a different level of patheticness. Now click this video or you get stuck in iDubbbz's basement, dog, with stinky iDubbbz. All right, you don't want to do that. Click the video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Get clinically proven fast pain.
W bit though. Well, guys, I'm gonna head out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching me. So, if you don't mind, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go eat some more lunch because this was not enough. Anyway. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.